for a while. Apologize for the interference. Sometimes it is what it is. Now, I played that back and it seems to be huge interference between you and me. Perhaps a communication breakdown. So the idea of this is to show you in a visual signature of these things that I am trying to relate and communicate. Let's see how it goes. You have about 13 minutes. The screen will be black so you're not distracted and you can focus on a thought and what is not. Is of interest, maybe just to me. We hear a lot of people talking about signals, those based in frequency. I sent 2 videos strictly in truth, with no separation in silence. Now is something different that I present, with but a black screen involved. This way you might see, if you close your eyes and think, these shapes and forms and numbers and the frequencies they make. The way that I can show you is by evidence. When you take the silent marks from these words and time spent. It's a simple application on any given phone. Samsung's voice recorder is the one I used this morning. People in astrophysics, quantum, and other thoughts can see the signatures I tried to produce in pictograms, of course. I tried to show warplanes, missiles, and death, and a wonderful blessed chalice in knowledge unspent. So many cups are over brim, there's no room for the light. I hope your cup is at least half full, so you might see something bright. I don't want to sound like a tyrant or an over-knowledged fool. I'm just a 7th grader in mathematics on tool. Start time now. Shapes and numbers. some shapes seem to be forever, and others incomplete. Sabina, the beautiful Frau, she said, infinity is but a zero or a circle. Looking like an 8 instead. Four corners lead to a square that looks like a box to me, seemingly having strong boundaries, contains a cage of limits, and all that we see, given 4 directions only, and 4 winds from which they blow. 4 watchtowers up above us, and 4 elements below. If you look at 5, you see a star. It's regular and the same. If it's pointing up, you would think a spirit of mind had something to say. But if you're upside down, as most seem to be, as the lower and nether regions is their only concern to be. So is it physical overthought? It's simply choices to be had. So 5 is regulating the senses that mankind seems to have. If you look at the 6, you see that 6-pointed star. Was it the seal of Solomon before? It was David's star. You take those triangles that you see and divide them in half. You have a triangle pointing up, which is a spear or positive force to be had. If you take the triangle that's pointing down, you see that it is ground. Also, the sacred chalice to where that beloved is found. and said, if you take a star with 7 points, what's that configure? The 7-pointed star, it's interesting enough. It's old-time geometrics. Was that geomancy, or what? What was one that I missed? Oh, if you take the 8-pointed star, you know who she is. She could fly very far. So if you think about what and what is not, I would think it would come down to frequency. If you give it a thought. Magnetic resonance that continues in waves that are such. How can that be? Because you're not seeing all that's to be had. And isn't that wonderful? That we have something to be had. It just occurred to me to say something else. Math is beautiful. Language in itself. Break it down. It's such a golden ratio. The rabbit game goes. Don't you know? I just throw words together when given a thought. I mean, what the heck? For a 7th grader, this is all that I've got. Peace be with you, and keep loving math. It's the language of the universe, the first and the last. And count. 1350. It's 8 minutes, 30 seconds, and 61 tenths. So, what I spoke of, the warplanes and the missiles and death, I did the same thing with my poem about America's distress. Martin Luther King, a messenger indeed, slaughtered just as before the Nazarenes, it seems. John the Baptist, Jesus Christ, even Gandhi had said, won't you people get it together and love one another instead? So if you take and record this on the same application, it's not like I'm photoshopping anything. I have no frustration. The 2 poems I put out first, Time and the illusions therein. The 3rd poem of America is where the game begins. Record it back on an application and remove the silent spots. You'll get a different message, just like this one you've got. I don't know how else to do it and try to get my thoughts across, so I thought I'd give you a visual recognition in pictograms and such. Have a pleasant day, and know I wish you best. My name is simply John, and mathematics,